Hello, my friends. Have you ever met one of those people who just seem to have a kind of magic? They walk into a room, and within minutes, they are surrounded by people who are smiling, laughing, and hanging on their every word. They have an effortless charm, an easy confidence that draws people to them like a magnet. When you speak with them, they have a way of making you feel like you are the most fascinating person in the world. We often label this quality charisma, and write it off as a rare gift, an innate talent that you're either born with or you're not. But what if that's not true? What if this magic is not magic at all, but a skill? What if these charismatic individuals are unconsciously fluent in a language that the rest of us never learned? An invisible language of human psychology? What if I told you that this language can be learned? That there are a series of specific, scientifically backed psychological triggers that, when used ethically and with genuine intent, can dramatically increase your likability, your influence, and the quality of your connections in any situation. Today, we are going to unlock 7 of these triggers. These are not about manipulation or becoming a fake persona. They are about understanding the fundamental wiring of the human brain and using that knowledge to make other people feel seen, heard, and valued. This is the science of genuine connection. Trigger number 1, the Benjamin Franklin effect. This is a powerful, counterintuitive principle. We assume that to get someone to like us, we should do favors for them. But psychology shows the reverse is often more powerful. Get someone to do a small favor for you. The story goes that Benjamin Franklin had a fierce political rival who disliked him intensely. Instead of trying to win him over with flattery, Franklin asked to borrow a rare and valuable book from his rival's personal library. The rival, surprised but flattered, agreed. A week later, Franklin returned the book with a thank you note. The next time they met, the man who had previously ignored him spoke to him with great civility and respect, and they became lifelong friends. Why does this work? It's a psychological phenomenon called cognitive dissonance. The rival's brain was faced with 2 conflicting thoughts. I dislike Benjamin Franklin, and I just did him a favor. To resolve this dissonance, the brain takes the path of least resistance and changes the belief. You know, I must not dislike him that much. In fact, I must actually like him, because we only do favors for people we like. By asking for a small favor, could you pass me that napkin? Or, could you hold my jacket for a second? You are giving someone an opportunity to subconsciously justify that they like you. Trigger number 2, the spotlight reversal. Most of us walk into social situations feeling a powerful spotlight on ourselves. We are acutely aware of our own awkwardness, our flaws, and the stupid thing we just said. This is called the spotlight effect. But here is the secret. Everyone else is too busy worrying about the spotlight on them to pay much attention to yours. The psychological trigger, therefore, is to become a master of reversing the spotlight. When you feel that anxiety rising, your mission is to turn the spotlight around and shine it as brightly as possible on the other person. You do this by asking genuine, open-ended questions. Instead of worrying about what to say next, get deeply curious about them. Ask about a project they're working on, a trip they took, a challenge they're facing. When you make someone else the star of the show, 2 things happen. Your own social anxiety melts away because you're no longer the focus, and the other person leaves the conversation feeling seen, heard, and incredibly interesting. They will associate that positive feeling with you. Trigger number 3, spontaneous trait, transference. Your brain is a sponge for association, and this next trigger is a powerful and slightly dangerous one. The principle is this: the words you use to describe other people are subconsciously pinned onto you by the listener. Psychologists call this spontaneous trait transference. Imagine you are at work, talking to a colleague. If you say, "I'm so frustrated with John, he is so lazy and incompetent," your colleague's brain doesn't just hear about John. It subconsciously associates the negative traits of lazy and incompetent with you. Conversely, if you say, "I was so impressed with Jane's presentation today, she is so brilliant and creative," your brain attaches the positive traits of brilliant and creative to your own persona. Speaking generously about others, even when they are not around, is one of the most effective ways to build a reputation as a positive, capable, and trustworthy person. Complain constantly, and you become the complaint. Praise generously, and you become the praise. 1. Trigger number 4, the echo technique. We all know that active listening is important, but what does it actually mean? One of the most powerful techniques is a simple one called the echo. It involves taking the last few words or the most important phrase the person just said and repeating it back to them in the form of a question. Let's say a friend tells you, "I've been working so hard, but I just feel like I'm completely burned out." Instead of immediately offering advice, you simply echo their feeling. Burned out? This simple two-word question is a powerful invitation. It signals that you are not just hearing them, but you are understanding them, and you want them to go deeper. It creates a space for them to elaborate, to unpack their feelings. They will feel profoundly listened to and validated. You are not solving their problem. You are helping them solve it themselves, simply by providing a thoughtful echo chamber. Trigger number 5, the pratfall effect. Perfection is intimidating. It creates distance. We admire perfect people, but we don't necessarily like them. We connect with people who are human, and being human means being flawed. The pratfall effect states that competent, high-status individuals can become more likable after they make a small, clumsy mistake. Imagine watching a brilliant, articulate expert give a flawless presentation. You are impressed, but you feel a sense of distance. Then, at the end, as they go to take a sip of water, they fumble and spill a little on their shirt. They laugh it off, looking slightly embarrassed. Instantly, the entire room warms up to them. That small pratfall shattered their aura of intimidating perfection and made them relatable. It gave the audience permission to connect with them on a human level. A word of caution: this only works if you are already perceived as competent. If you are constantly making mistakes, another one won't be charming. But if you have established your credibility, don't be afraid to show a small, humanizing flaw. It doesn't make you look weak. It makes you look real. Trigger number 6, the principle of emotional reciprocity. The law of reciprocity is one of the most powerful forces in human society. When someone gives us something, we feel a deep subconscious urge to give something back. But this doesn't just apply to material gifts. It applies to emotions and attention. The trigger is to give a genuine gift of positive emotion first, without any expectation of return. When you meet someone, instead of thinking about what you can get from them, think about what you can give. The most valuable gift you can give is your undivided attention. Put your phone away. Make eye contact. Another powerful gift is a specific, thoughtful compliment. Not a generic, "I like your shirt," but something like, "The point you made in that meeting was incredibly insightful. It really changed my perspective." When you give a genuine gift of respect, attention, or praise, you create a positive emotional debt. The other person will feel a subconscious need to reciprocate, to like you back, to see you in a positive light. 1. Trigger number 7. Using their name. Dale Carnegie said it best. A person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Your name is the cornerstone of your identity. When someone remembers it and uses it, it signals that they see you, that you are significant to them. Hearing our own name triggers a unique activation in our brain. It's a neurological signal of recognition. Weaving someone's name naturally into a conversation is like a social superpower. Instead of, "That's a great idea," try, "That's a great idea, Sarah." Instead of, "It was great to meet you," try, "It was great to meet you, Tom." It is a simple, profound way to make a person feel respected and remembered. These are the triggers, but they come with one final critical rule. They must be used with genuine intent. If you use them as cheap tricks to manipulate people, they will backfire. People can sense insincerity from a mile away. But if you use them as tools to genuinely understand and connect with people, to make them feel valued, to quiet their anxieties, and to shine a spotlight on their strengths, then you will have truly learned the invisible language. You won't just be more liked, you will be a source of positive energy in a world that desperately needs it. I want you to pick just one of these triggers. Just one. And make a commitment to try it in your very next conversation. Which one will you choose? Let me know in the comments below. If this has given you a new framework for human connection, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. We are dedicated to deconstructing the hidden forces that shape our lives every single week. And as your next step, I highly recommend you watch our video on how to overcome analysis paralysis to help you make the decision to start using these skills today. Click the link on your screen now. Thank you for watching.